all know the DreamSMP, right? A server filled with very interesting characters and even more interesting stories. We got Tubbo, the purest person on the server, Rambo, an amnesiac who's always trying to make things better, and Dream, that evil, despicable piece of rotting trash. But let's not forget one of the most important people on the server. Wait. What? Okay, that's a little bit weird. Alright, let me try that part again. Okay, scratch that. Let's look at one of the core places that is home to the most epic events on the DreamSMP. L'Manberg. It had its ups and its downs, but it was the people that made the place work, and its many rulers played a big part in maintaining it. One of these people is... What? No, not again. Why does this keep happening? There's a name, but it's crossed out. It's almost as if this person was forgotten. Who is this person? A character, an unknown character, with no history. Who is this person? What is their purpose? What is this place? All these questions will be answered soon. Before I start, this video took a lot of time and effort to make, especially that animation at the beginning. So, if you want to see more videos like this and much more, then hit that sub button. I'm trying to get 100k at the end of the year. I'm a big dreamer. Alright, that's it for me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like we can't talk about Karl Jacobs and Tails without talking about their origins. Karl Jacobs, an entertainer, a creative, a storyteller. He didn't start off the path of Minecraft roleplay from the get-go. He first got his footing by working as a cameraman for a channel, I don't know, you might have heard about it, called MrBeast. Later on, he would see himself become more involved with the main group and their escapades, as he had a very positive and exciting energy that helped him fit right in with the rest of the group. Karl was seen as a great addition to the team, and his ever-growing popularity caught the eye of an up-and-coming YouTuber, one of the smartest and skilled Minecraft players out there. George Not Found. I mean, Dream. I'm talking about Dream. But to be fair, I still think it's George Not Found. Oh, sorry. Coming in as the editor note, but to add on to how Karl met Dream, they actually met through the Dream and Technoblade duel, which was happening on the MrBeastGaming channel, which Karl was also a part of as well, which I also forgot to mention. That's basically how Dream got to know about Karl. He didn't just hear about it from MrBeast and just choose him to be just like that. So I just felt like I need to talk about that. And soon, Karl will be joining a very small Minecraft server. It's very chill, with no conflicts whatsoever. Just a server called...
These men have put into their property. And I don't agree with that. I'm gonna let everyone into L'Manberg because it's a beautiful country and it deserves to be seen by every citizen in the DreamSMP.
Where can I even start with the DreamSMP? A normal Minecraft survival server, which escalated into a rich and complicated story, filled with a lengthy war of possessions, a revolution to stand up against the most powerful man on the server, freaking Teletubby looking punk, and the destruction of a nation which, well, was never meant to be. Although, I can't talk about all of it because, we will be here forever. I'll link EvanMCGaming's videos on it in the description. He goes into great detail explaining the story from the beginning to the present time. So, check those videos out if you want to be up to speed with the DreamSMP story. But today, we'll be looking at Karl's character. On August 26, 2020, Karl joined the DreamSMP. It was during this time that the L'Manberg Independence arc was happening, and Karl, wanting to be a part of something, asked Tommy Innit if he could join. But Tommy refused, because Karl was... American. Although said, this isn't the first instance of this happening. Karl's character always wants to be involved with what's happening on the server, yet time and time again, he's left in the shadows. It always feels like he's missing from all the action. And when he was finally able to join L'Manberg, he was still left out of the cabinet meetings, even though he was a member of the cabinet. He's only seen as a tour guide and the comic relief. Nothing more. And I feel like Karl got an epiphany from this, because soon he'd want to dive deep. He would want to dive into his character, Karl Jacobs, a lot deeper. And no one was expecting what he had planned. On the 26th of December, 2020, Karl released a livestream titled, Making a New Country Within an Hour. Before the stream started, Karl kept hyping it up, saying this.
This is gonna be one of my craziest streams I've ever done. I do believe it. This will be the craziest thing I've ever done. Okay?
In the stream, Karl does what the title implies. He, along with George Not Found, Bad Boy Halo, Fundy, and Awesome Dude, aim to build an entire country within 1 hour. Also, Fundy reads some fan fiction?
When Jake looked at him more closely, he notices his slender yet toned muscles bulging through his tank top, his seductive smile, and the fact that he's looking right at Jake. Whoa, damn, he's hot. Oh well, it's rude to stare. I should get back to the parade.
But anyways, the group goes to a new set of land, and the timer begins, and they dub the country Gogtopia.
The wooden cobble. Blackstone too. Ancient totems are coming through. And Gregory, we never forget Gregory. He's our mayor, our pride and joy. He loves, and we love him back. Our beautiful Gogtopia. Goggy never lets us down. Church Prime and the center of the town, Gogtopia!
Let's go.
Very nice.
07.
The gang continues to build a new country, finding a flag, and trying to get their first president onto a platform, but nearly sending them into space. Luckily, they survived, and soon became the president. Wow, that was quick. And the stream keeps going as more and more buildings are created. This area went from nothing to a complete city in under an hour. But then, danger struck. One person had the status effect of Bad Omen, which triggers a raid whenever you get near a village or a villager. And since they had a villager as their mayor, they had to prepare for war.
Everybody, we need to actually do that.
There's a raid.
Why is there a raid?
Oh my god.
I had bad omen. I had bad omen.
Protect the mayor! Protect the mayor! Protect the
Why is there a raid?
Protect the mayor at all costs!
Protect the mayor. Oh no.
This actually wasn't planned at all. The raid just came out of nowhere. But nevertheless, Karl and his team had to fight it out.
Ah, they're right here! They're right here!
Ah! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Why did a raid start at the worst time ever? Protect the mayor!
Any
Defend
raiders?
the
Where the
mayor!
raiders at?
Woo!
Right here, this.
Karl.
Protect me! Oh my gosh, the big nasty pig is coming. Not Technoblade. I'm talking about the other one.
This is breaking our beautiful
I got him.
forest.
I got him.
Okay, I got the last one.
Are they dead?
We did it.
We did it!
We won!
Okay, that's it. Come to me right now, guys.
Yes.
Turn around, turn around. The victory!
There it is.
The
The first victory of our people.
The first victory of our people!
Let me sanitize it.
Sanitize it, thank you.
And they did it. They won their first war on Gogtopia's soil. They can finally look through the town they built peacefully. Or so they thought. I didn't mention this, but at the start of the stream, Karl said this.
What's gonna happen at the end of the timer? I'm not telling you. I'm the only one that knows. Nobody even knows that's helping me. You're gonna have to see what happens. But I'll tell you, you don't want to miss it.
But what was going to happen? Karl remains silent, just watching the others build, not saying a word for what this will all lead to. Then, after the 60 minutes are up, and the gang is done looking through the city, Karl revealed his master plan.
It's beautiful. I'm so excited. And now, just let me grab the finishing touches.
I don't think I'll ever love a town as much as this one.
Agreed.
Now, you guys stay here and look at this beautiful, beautiful town, okay? And I'll be right back.
Karl, where are you going?
Yeah, he's out of render distance from me.
Am I?
He's gone.
It's okay.
Let's see. Where's he going?
This is lore
Yes,
that we will
it's
never
so
ever
where'd he go?
forget. It's just
Oh, I
perfect.
saw the door open.
I don't see him. Where is he?
Doesn't it
Oh,
look
there is.
beautiful?
I see him. I see him. I see him.
Oh, I see him. He's moving around.
Oh, there he
Hey,
is.
what's he doing?
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Is he?
Karl?
Karl?
He's
One more
visiting.
piece of lore comes with this town.
Oh, is he
Is this-
decorating it?
One
Karl,
more piece of
David.
lore comes with this town.
Oh,
One more
he's
piece of
decorating
lore.
the town.
One more piece of lore comes with the town.
Karl?
Is he blowing it? He's
Decorating
actually.
One more piece of lore comes with the town.
No!
One more piece of lore.
Karl!
There's just one more piece.
Why?
No!
Wait, why
We just put all of our work into this place.
One more piece of lore.
No!
did we literally
Karl!
did
Stop!
No!
Stop it!
Gregory!
Karl!
Gregory's going down with the building.
No!
No, Greg.
Not Gregory.
One more piece of lore comes with the town, okay?
Wait.
There's just
Actually,
one more
what was the
piece.
point?
There's
We
one
actually
more
spent
piece.
So much
Karl.
time.
Why?
Karl.
Karl, why?
One more piece of lore.
I'm very
What
perplexed.
the honk?
Wait, why did you have us
Karl.
do this if you were just gonna blow it out?
He blew it all up.
Karl.
Karl,
This took us
why?
a whole hour.
It's time to learn the
Oh,
lesson and
he's
hear the
lighting it
lore.
on fire.
and hear the story. Because this will never, ever not be an important part of the lore, okay? Let me explain.
I saw that shot.
This is not Gogtopia anymore.
What?
Oh, I would hope.
It is officially named the town that never was. And this is lore that nobody can ever take from us. No matter what, okay? This is lore that will stay true, and we will be able to tell our kids, and their kids will be able to get told by them. The town that never was. A beautiful, beautiful moment in SMP history. Salute! Salute!
We just spent an hour building this, and he just
This was the start of a new series which Karl would later call Tales from the SMP. Canon stories of the DreamSMP which happen in one stream, including other big Minecraft YouTubers, amazing builds, compelling stories, and a closer look at a certain mysterious character. But until then, strap us in, Karl. We got stories to tell. On January 2nd, 2021, Karl released the first official episode of Tales titled The Village That Went Mad, followed by the Beach episode on January 9th. The Village That Went Mad is a murder mystery. We follow a small village community set 100 years before the events of the DreamSMP. There was a very quiet life in this village, but it all changes when they find out that there is a murder among them. And hey, wait, this sounds familiar. In this story, there are 3 villagers who are just playing normal, and of course, 2 murderers who are trying to kill the most amount of people without getting caught. Not only that, but there is an investigator, a doctor, and a jester. The investigator asks questions to try and pinpoint who left their houses that night, but the storyteller can only answer in yeses and nos, only saying if the murderer or doctor left their house. The doctor has the ability to leave their house and protect someone, even themselves, from being killed by a murderer. And the jester is there to trick the players into thinking that they are a murderer, and if they're voted out, they win the game. Another thing to add is that the murderer and doctor can choose not to do anything during one night, meaning no one gets killed and no one gets protected. The night is long and dangerous, but soon the villagers will get to the truth. Soon you will find out who is sus and needs to be kicked out of the game, and god damn it, not again! This episode was just super duper fun. The setting was really interesting. The game, while a bit hard to follow, is also fun too. It really keeps you on your toes, trying to figure out who the murderers actually are. And the group, consisting of Tubbo, Corpse, and Quackity, just to name a few, worked amazingly, both trying to roleplay and work together to get to the truth. Also, Quackity was hilarious.
If the murderers can come together and decide who they want to kill.
George! My name is Helga.
Helga?
Wife of bad boy Halo. We have lots of intersex. Can I say something?
Yeah, you can say whatever
We have
you want.
lots of intercourse, if you know what I'm saying.
Whoa!
The game kept going, with Ponk and Lasercode winning the last game, along with Tubbo winning as the jester, with a grand prize of $1,000. Overall, this wasn't a really lore substantial episode, but it was really funny. Not too much to say here, but it's still a fun time. Your friends are chilling at the beach, taking part in a treasure hunt. The treasure of the legendary Captain Blockbeard. Are these friends worthy of finding this treasure, or will it end in a tragedy? Definitely not. Well, minus Dream repeatedly killing George, but this was another casual story. This one had me laughing so much. I don't know if Dream just had a personal vendetta that day, but he was just violent, especially to George. But I really love this episode as well. I'm just a sucker for pirate stories if you don't already know. By the way, go check out my Tintin video. I spent so long making it. Okay, thank you. And the whole aspect of the chat also being able to interact with the stream through polls was really, really cool. The story ended with Rambo winning Blockbeard's sword, gifted subs, and a graphics card. But he was so chill that he gave the graphics card to Sapnap because he had a more powerful one. Then he proceeded to fight everyone. There also isn't too much to talk about with this episode. It's just a fun treasure hunt with the boys. These 3 episodes are definitely a blast. In fact, they're the best intro to Karl and to Tails. The dynamic between the different creators is super fun to see, and the interactive aspect of the stories is very cool. But I hear you saying, why isn't there more lore? When are we going to see more Karl lore? Don't worry, your answer is coming sooner than you thought. Because after this episode, things get interesting. This is when things truly get lore heavy. And when I mean lore heavy, I mean lore heavy. Gone are the treasure hunts and games, now it is all stories that do with the past and the future. With twists, action, suspense, and a whole lot of mystery. And it starts with the lost city of Mizu. It's set 100 years after the events of the DreamSMP. We follow a group of average fishermen, Isaac, Cletus, Benjamin, and Charles, who have heard rumors and tall tales of a world that once was. But seeing as it's a story that's been told through many generations, the details are a bit scarce. This supposed world may not even exist. But then, at the front of their door, they find what appears to be a clue to a city. A city which may hold all of the answers they are looking for.
Hello there! You don't know me, but I know you. Your lives may be boring now, but rest assured, it is time for you to start creating some tales to be remembered. There are many stories you may have heard of that have been passed down from generation to generation. And many are fables, but some are true. There's a lost underwater city nearby that holds much truly valuable information of the history of this great world we live in. I implore you to seek it out. Who knows, maybe you'll find something you didn't know existed. And then there's coordinates.
So, they go on an adventure to search for whatever the coordinates may lead to. As they get closer to their goal, they find something out of this world. A massive underwater city. The lost city of Mizu. But it looks abandoned. No one is there to meet them, apart from this one person named Rambob. He explains that he is the descendant of Rambu, a very important person from the long-lost forgotten world, and is the last of his generation. He is the only one who looks after Mizu, for all the residents just vanished. So, the 4 fishermen, eager to learn more about the past, have Rambob tour them around the city. As the fishermen explore the city, they get glimpses to the past. Whole entire rooms dedicated to the people who used to be a part of this world. This long, lost, forgotten world. The people of the DreamSMP. These rooms tell the long lost stories of these residents and what their roles were in the DreamSMP. We see Quackity's room, who is said to be always happy even at the most serious times. Bad Boy Halo's room, who had an obsession with an egg. And Fundy's room, which asks the famous question, was he a human? Or was he a pet? These are just a few of the many different rooms which tell the stories of these residents. We also get clues of what might have happened to all the residents of the city of Mizu. It is crazy that they just vanished out of the blue. So something or someone caused the downfall of the city. The fishermen keep going deeper and deeper into the mysteries of the city. And one book found in Tubbo's room mentions a clue located in the tree dome, one of the rooms which was previously locked up. So, after retrieving the lever, they open up the tree dome room. But Rambob mysteriously disappears. While inside, they find a secret room key and a chest located at the top of the tree. So, Cletus goes to find what's inside the chest. But then...
Throw it!
People don't live after coming here. They die.
Is it on fire?
What the hell? Hey,
Oh,
man.
what is he
oh
doing?
my
Drop
gosh.
it! Drop the book!
I don't want to
Drop the book!
Drop the book!
Throw the book! No!
Get the book!
I got
God,
it!
get the books, get the books.
Oh my god!
Rambob has slain one of the fishermen. With him hot on their trail, the 3 remaining fishermen evade from Rambob and look for where the secret room is. As they find the passage to the secret room, they slowly unravel the horrors of this lost city. And, unfortunately, they lose one more of their comrades from trying to traverse the deadly lava obstacle that stood between them and this secret room. With 2 fishermen left, they find the secret room. A room meant for one of the most evil and twisted characters from the DreamSMP. Dream himself. But then, Rambob has finally caught up with the 2 fishermen and had this to say about the secret room.
Everybody here had an idol that they worshipped. That's why the rooms were all themed like one of the idols from the past.
Is yours
And
random?
mine was Dream.
Oh my god. Is that this man?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said,
Was Dream a good
nobody...
man?
Yes, he was a very good man.
Oh.
Depending on what you think
Okay.
good is.
Let's just back up a little bit, man. Yeah. Let's just back up a little bit.
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody leaves here.
What do you mean nobody leaves here?
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh! No! Charles! Charles! No!
And, just like that, the fishermen were all gone. And then, this happens. This is the beginning of Karl's journey. He begins to write down the stories that he went through, and how he's progressing towards his goal. The goal of finding his purpose, whatever that may be. This is such a cool feature, because during this time, Karl doesn't say anything at all. No chatting with his chat, no webcam. He lets his writing and the natural surroundings tell the story. And the story is that Karl has been writing secluded from everyone else. And it looks like he somehow has the ability to travel to and from the past and future. But I really don't think it's too important. The trip down memory lane was a very interesting idea, and Karl's team really pulled it off well. There's still many mysteries left though. Who built the city? How exactly did everyone just disappear? And what was Rambob's connection to Dream? These are questions we may never know the answer to. Apart from that, this episode was just really good. The city is just so interesting. I feel like you could theorize so much from just this city alone. Everyone was on point in this episode, especially Dream as Rambob. He was able to portray the mystique of Rambob's character so well that I didn't even see him becoming the antagonist in this story. Now that that's over with, I am so excited to talk about what might be my 2 favorite stories from Tales. Strap yourselves in, we're going back to the past! You see what I did there? Cause back to the future, except it's back to the. You know what? Just drive, Carl. Just drive. We run into what seems to be a very large and beautiful mansion. Karl goes to the front door and is greeted by Sir Billiam III, the owner of this mansion.
I don't live at this mansion very often. Frankly, it's one of the smaller mansions that I own.
Really?
But I think the smallness of it gives it a nice, cozy feeling, you know?
Uh-huh.
Sir Billiam is the host of a party only celebrated by the wealthiest people ever, the Masquerade. Since Karl is a Minecraft streamer, he definitely fills the bill. Karl is shown around the grand, expensive estate with Sir Billiam and his trusty, silent, and nameless butler. It is filled with vast riches, huge bedrooms, and a smashing dining table. But the only room they can go in is the kitchen, for it is only for poor people.
I dare not step in because this is where the help works.
Oh god. Ah!
Yeah, we're not going to want to go through there.
Hey, Karl, what exactly are you trying to say here? Soon, a lot more people join in, all with one purpose: to have fun and flaunt their wealth while doing so. There were some good and some interesting, but the night goes on, and everyone is having a blast, playing a game of Duck Duck Goose. You know, as one does. The party was a success so far, until...
Oh dear god! The lights have dimmed! Oh no!
Oh, no!
Oh no!
No, the lights!
Jesus H. Christ.
Where is everybody?
Hey Lord,
I can't
please.
see
Hello?
anything!
Oh. This doesn't go... Oh god. Okay. Okay. Oh no! They didn't see me! They didn't see me! Oh god, the lights turned back on. Hello?
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 Where is everybody?
Does anybody know what happened? Butler?
Where is everybody?
Butler, what's happened to the lights?
I have no idea. I think maybe an electrical shortage or something.
Okay.
All the rich people are here, so we're all
Where-
good.
Okay, but there's
Wait,
one
we go
guy.
back to the party.
Wait just a minute.
There
What
was
if the
a
poor
song.
man is stealing my loot?
Yeah,
Oh,
Everybody
we
split
need to
up.
find him.
Split
catch
up and
him.
find him! This closet's open. Guys, come over here!
Ooh, what is this then?
Whoa.
Where
There's a
are
secret
you?
room.
Ooh, what's that button do?
Oh!
Ooh.
What?
Wait a second.
I see.
If the stars align... Oh dear God!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness.
Someone was murdered in cold blood, found near a secret room in the library. But who was it? Who would have a motive to do something like this? And what is that motive? Everyone is on edge right now. The killer could be any one of them. So, the group decides to split up to find out who the killer is and bring them to justice. The night goes on for what seems to be an eternity, and the killer is still loose. And they aren't even close to finding out their identity. Each time the lights go out, one more person is killed. One by one, the participants of the party die from the hands of the murderer. Just as they think they're at the end of their rope, you catch 2 characters. This one, named Oliver, and the butler, at the scene of a crime. They found the murderers. Finally! this night can finally be over. It'll only be remembered as a bad dream. Is what I would have liked to say, but unexpectedly, Oliver died from a heart attack.
Is somebody nearby?
He had a heart attack.
Oh, he had a heart attack. I knew it!
Where are you?
This leads to only one person. The butler. So, Karl and Sir Billiam tried their best efforts to escape from the butler. They escape through a secret passage to a secret room the butler will never find them in. They're free! They get to live another day! What? What is this room?
This, of
What
all
is-
the rooms
what is
in this
this?
mansion, this is my favorite.
Why?
I keep something very special in this room.
What is
All
that?
right. This
Me?
is where I keep the egg.
What's the egg?
Oh, the egg.
I just don't
It's just-
understand what is this?
It's just the egg.
The heck is the point of this? What is this, like some sort of lab?
Well, you see, in my travels, I found this mansion, and it's actually a breeding ground for this mysterious egg. So I renovated the mansion, I built around it, and in my spare time, I feed poor people to the egg. The egg demands poor people as nourishment.
So... But you couldn't have been doing any of the killings.
Oh, no, no, no. No, the egg did that.
What do you mean the egg did that?
Well, you see, the egg can persuade people to do what it wants.
Okay.
What is this crazy man talking about? An egg? Mind control? Feeding of people? No matter what, Karl needed to escape. Now. Quickly. But... it was too late.
Hello? Are you hearing this?
I wouldn't recommend going out there.
I'm gonna have to ask you to go back inside there, Carl.
Don't
Come
know-
on.
Listen to
don't know
the
if that's
butler.
The best idea.
Go back in there, Carl.
Come on, come embrace the egg.
What is the purpose of this? What are you getting out of this? I don't understand.
Well, it's just what the egg wants, you know?
Is
I
it
get
done
power.
possessing people?
Oh, maybe for now. But it always grows hungry again. Don't you like the egg?
I don't think I do. If all it does is cause death. I mean, I
Oh,
liked
no,
that Texan.
It's just for poor people.
Why is the lights turning off?
Oh, the egg is hungry.
What?
I'm sorry, Carl, but
But I'm not poor.
it's the first quarter of the year, Carl.
It is January.
We're at record low. We're
God.
barely left January. The ad revenue rates are still in the
Oh
trash.
dear God!
Get him, Butler! Kill him and his low revenue per thousand.
So much happens in this episode, and the execution of it was flawless. Everything from people being fully into the roleplay, the escalating mystery of who the killer was, and that ending. This has to be one of my favorite episodes yet, and Quackity is still as funny as ever. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I've been subbed to him since like 2016. Subtle flex. But his energy just made this episode more exciting. Not only that, but Technoblade as Sir Billiam was also great too. Just, man, Techno can be really good at roleplay, and it's evident in this episode. The mansion as well has to be my favorite build. I would love to live in a place like that. Well, minus the creepy egg thing living in the basement. The episode did feel like it dragged on from time to time, especially when the team was looking for clues on who the murderer is. But to be fair, I didn't mind it too much, because the mystery itself made the story more interesting. If you thought the Masquerade was interesting, then it only gets more interesting from here. This was when Tales started to form its own identity. No longer was it just a fun time with friends, now it is filled with lore and mysteries. Many mysteries yet to be solved. Many mysteries yet to be solved. But until then, we need to keep moving. Hit it, Karl! Huh? Where are we exactly? What the? Crap! Quick, get down! Is that a robbery?
Listen up, pal. I'm gonna give you one chance to give me all your booze, all your money, and maybe, just maybe, I'll consider leaving your head alive for your mother to see.
Karl first shows up in a mine. As he gets out, he finds himself in a very dry and empty town. Without any clues, he goes to a nearby bar to get some answers. But just as he arrives, he walks right into a robbery by none other than the Democrat haters. Am I allowed to even say this? Which involves the deadly Mason, the quick and agile Connor, and the brains behind the whole gang, Jack Canoff. Luckily, Karl defuses the situation and chases the gang out. But this isn't the last we'll see of them, because they promised they'll come back, more formidable than ever, with more guns and more ammo. Then they leave.
Let's go, boys. Let's get the hell out of here quick.
Why is that one so fast?
Let's go.
I had no idea.
Hey.
Doesn't even need
I
the horse.
never gave you permission to hop on my goddamn
No,
horse, but
that's
thank
on
you.
me. That one's on me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You're gonna get an ass slapping when we get home.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna be back. You son bitch.
You some bitch.
The owner of the bar, John, thanks Karl for helping him out, and says that those bandits have been robbing him and this city for a long time. But John himself cannot do anything about it, because he has no combat capabilities. Karl saw a problem with that, and it needed to change.
Oh, that is incredible.
Listen, look at me, okay? Come over here.
Okay.
First of all, I'm gonna jump over here. And second of all, I'm gonna look at you in the eyes,
Man,
okay?
Impressive.
And I need you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
Are you friendly with this town? And can we grab them? And maybe have them fight against those wrongdoers?
I think so. I think we actually could. You know, I'm inspired. I'm inspired now. I think we could.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Show me around the town then.
Now, Karl is tasked with gathering a team of the most skilled, the most deadliest, and the most interesting to take down the Democrat haters, training and honing their gun skills to get ready for whenever the Democrat haters come back. With his merry crew consisting of the Sheriff Sherman Thompson, a banker named Percy, a shop owner named William Williamson, and a prisoner named Crops, who eats heads, I guess?
He has a head?
How did he get that? That's where.
Is he eating a head?
Also, Michael, he's just there.
Now, this is where I keep my mail and wife.
The merry crew train as hard as they possibly can until the sun sets. They rest by a campfire, for this may be their last time on this earth. The crew comes up with a plan. The bandits will only want to solve this issue one way, with a 10-step standoff. So the three who will go up against the Democrat haters is Sheriff Thompson, John, and Crops. Tomorrow, everything will be set.
smell Democrats.
The Democrat haters come out of the blue and are ready to take the crew down. After some banter from both sides, the clock finally strikes for 12. This is the day everything will be set. The peace and tranquility of the town, or chaos for the bandits. The sheriff first goes against Connor.
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn fire! Jesus!
Oh my
Great shot.
But he wins. Looks like his retirement won't be so bad after all. Next is Crops going against Jack. After a really lengthy process of aligning Crops in the right place, the duel finally begins. With quick reflexes, he secures a win for himself. Dang, he was really quick. But he still has to go back to jail, cause come on dude, you're literally eating heads. Then we finally get to the last duel. John versus Mason. But then it takes a turn for the worst.
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn and fire!
John!
John!
Oh no.
John!
John!
What did you do?
Carl lost his friend. A friend who welcomed him in. A friend who helped him gather this group of people to stand up for themselves. Now, he's gone. Filled with anger and determination, Carl decides to finish this once and for all.
Damn, it felt good. That was for jacking off.
You know what? Guys, look at me. Gather around. Michael. Guys, there can't be another casualty in your town. You literally have 5 people that live here. How are you gonna have an economy?
It's true. I contribute to that.
He makes a great point.
No.
Needs less food on the table.
You killed my first friend in this town, Mason. And you know what?
Gone too. 6 feet under.
This one is for John. I'm going against you next.
Carl.
Yes.
You can't be doing this.
I'm doing it. And I'm bringing his head back for Crops here to eat. And I'm just glad that he doesn't have to pay back a debt now that he's dead. So I'm going up against you now. That's it.
Don't listen here. I don't think I ever asked for your name.
It's Carl.
I'm rooting for you.
Carl what?
Do you want my full name?
Yeah. Carl what?
Okay, if you must. Twitch.tv/Karl Jacobs.
Well, Twitch.tv/Chrono Jacobs. I had this funny feeling ever since you walked in that damn saloon. It's gonna be me versus you. Now let's get it.
It was all leading to this. Carl versus Mason. This is the final duel that determined Carl's fate and the town's fate as well. Will he succeed? Or will he fail? Things start to slow down. It's almost as if time itself is standing still. These characters, both being the judge of each other's fate, without them knowing. This is it. Then, the count goes down.
Count me down, Sheriff!
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5,
4, 3, 2,
For John!
1. Shoot!
For Jack!
We did it!
Great shot.
We did it!
Where's his head? Where's his head?
Where's his head?
Shot.
Get his
Get
head!
him, Crops.
Get him, Crops!
Get him, Crops.
Feast
yeah.
on him!
Carl won. He did it! The Democrat haters were no more. The town can finally go back to the way it was. Full of peace. Karl was able to save this town with a little help from all the friends he made along the way. Before he left, he had this to say.
Listen, I'm gonna stand up here. If you guys can take a seat, please.
I ain't ever seen a horse go to church.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm glad that we all gathered here. Alright, look. This is a beautiful church, the Church of Prime, with so many seats, even though you guys have 4 people that live here now. And that's okay. We need to talk about something. John? He wasn't just a friend that I met 10 minutes ago. He was a great man. That all he wanted to do was repay debts in a very timely manner.
Very timely.
And do what he wanted to do, was sell beer at an underage age. And I think that we should pay some respects and leave some milk in his name, okay?
For John.
For John. Now I'm gonna walk away from you guys, and you guys go back to doing your normal everyday lives. And I'm sure I'll never see you again.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Where's Crops? Where's Crops?
Where is Crops?
Wait, you're the sheriff, shouldn't you?
I was never the sheriff at all.
Huh?
Goodbye!
And with that, his adventure was over. This episode was equally, if not more, amazing than the Masquerade. It was just awesome! The whole team was just perfect, both for the laughs and the story. This has to be my favorite cast from all the episodes. My favorite characters have to be Technoblade as the sheriff, Quackity as Jack Canoff, that name, and Rambo as John John. Fundy was also hilarious as well. I honestly don't know what his character was exactly, but I was all for it. The location as well was really cool, because it just felt alive. The builds just keep getting bigger and better with each episode. And I just love the western setting of the story, because I'm a big fan of westerns. It just makes me want to do my best cowboy impression. Yeah. Pew pew. But this story also proved the point that not every story had to end in tragedy. Because in the last 2 stories, it involved the whole cast of characters dying. Karl could have gone down that same path, but he instead changed it up, and it was a pleasant surprise. It goes to show that Karl doesn't want to have only one type of ending for all of his stories, showcasing how flexible his storytelling skills are, and it really shows. So, after the Wild West, I was super excited for the next episode. Karl stated that the build was the biggest one in the series so far. But, unfortunately, the more the episode went on, my excitement started to go down. Karl, you know what to do. Karl has been invited to another party, but this one being a lot more low-key. A couple of friends are having a small party in an Airbnb, passing the time by playing some Duck Duck Goose. Then, a series of knocks is heard on the door.
You're gonna call into question his alcoholism in front of the— oh my god.
Somebody's at the door.
My god.
Somebody's at the door.
Oh, no.
Hello?
Oh my god.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey!
Hey!
Connor. What's up? It's me.
Hey,
Oh my
Schlatt!
God.
Me, Schlatt.
It's Glatt, an old friend of Karl's. Glatt isn't too impressed with the house the gang is staying in, so he invites them to his mansion.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jeez!
What?
Oh wow.
You
own this?
Oh my god. $1 million a day to rent on Airbnb. And you know what? I'm just being so nice. I'm giving it to you for free.
Oh,
For the night.
You're giving it to
For
us.
the night.
Let's go.
No, well, I'm not
This
giving
is
it to
great.
you.
This is big.
I'm renting it to you for the night. Yeah, so this is I don't know if you guys knew this, but this is my castle.
Wait, what? Oh, it's his, oh, there it is. I mean,
Yeah,
proves
this
his
is my
living.
castle.
Is the castle called
Oh.
my castle?
This is it.
Look at this.
I built this by hand, actually. I actually made this courtyard so wide this way so that you could actually come over on this side and then look at it from here.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Just
Okay.
be careful.
What, is this
there
the
might
other
be.
Airbnb? Is this yet
I
another
mean, it's
property?
it's an Airbnb. I mean, it's rated It's rated 3.5 stars. A couple hundred of the people who've stayed here have fallen down places.
Fallen down.
Fallen
Yeah,
down.
they've fallen down places.
Like a staircase issue, or like
they just fallen down.
It
They
looks
just
very
fallen
big.
down. Yeah, I mean it's very nice. I built
Nice,
it all
cool
by
ceilings.
hand.
This is
These
only-
I have a hard
chandeliers.
time believing that, but
I did. I built it by hand. All of it,
Okay.
actually.
This gigantic, beautiful estate looks perfect for social gatherings. But Platt had other plans.
I have this very special thing also that I forgot to tell you guys about. I mean, you guys can spend the night here, but you have to. One of you has to press my very special button. One of you has to volunteer to press my very special button. Connor wants to press my button.
I can show everybody it's safe.
Okay.
Hey,
Connor's about to press my very special button.
About that, guys.
button.
All right.
Come on. 3.
oh, it wasn't a very
block of
special
dirt.
button.
It's a. Yeah, that's dirt.
Well, I've got to take matters into my own hands.
Oh.
What are you?
Fuck over here.
Wait, what?
What is going on? Are you fishing?
Are we
God.
what's going on? Are we just?
Oh, stay there! Stay there!
Okay.
Okay.
Come here. I'm
Connor?
gonna say the magic words. Baba Booey!
Oh, no.
Connor! Connor!
Out of the blue, he snatches Connor and sends him down somewhere. No one is sure where he went. So, it is up to the team to find out the location. They are tasked with finding nether stars for the 3 beacons to unlock the area. During their search for the nether stars, they have to go through grueling puzzles and challenges. But each time they get closer to their goal, Glad takes one more person, until there are 3 people left. They find the final key and unlock what seems to be a basement. They go deeper and deeper until they find out that their friends are dead! No, just kidding. They're all chill. Glad just wanted to call them down the secret area to have a fun time. And just like that, the adventure is over. Now, let me just say one more time that this is all my opinion. If you like this episode, that's awesome. I'm not diminishing your enjoyment at all. But I have to be truthful. This episode was just really boring. Well, minus characters like Porkums, but not much really happened. It's just Karl and his team going through puzzles. Yes, I know City of Mizu also followed a similar-ish approach, but what made that more interesting was the history that the city held and the many mysteries that it still had. So even after the episode was over, I was still constantly thinking about it. But I can't say the same for the Haunted Mansion. The build is absolutely beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't really have anything that makes it stand out, in my opinion. The characters were the most entertaining thing, especially Technoblade's character Porkums. His little hat is funny. And Dream does his thing of being an absolute menace to George. Like, dude, do you need to talk to someone about these feelings? And the story itself was okay. Again, I just wasn't too interested in it, because it just felt too linear. Well, except for the ending. I was not expecting that. It's still awesome that Karl pulled another subversion in his story, because when I was watching the episode, I only thought of it going one way, which was that it was gonna end in a tragedy. Maybe I just wasn't feeling too positive at the time. Still though, he caught me off guard again. But that still didn't save the episode for me. Well, maybe this episode just wasn't doing it for me. And hey, that's fine. There could be other episodes I'll like in the future. Plus, the episode made it up by showing us more lore of this one mysterious place. I know I've been putting it back, but now it's time to finally talk about it. We are going to talk about the Inbetween. Karl, hit it. Now, if you excuse me, this is kind of tight. I'm gonna put on my theory hat for this one, cause we have a lot to say about the in-between. Yep, that's perfect. Let's start off by actually talking about what the in-between is. A lot of info about the in-between is left ambiguous, but for now, let's state what we do know based off of what we can see and read. So the in-between acts like a hub for Karl to use. It's a giant, beautiful castle acting as a rest stop for Karl and his time travel shenanigans. Each time he's finished with his adventures, he always comes back to this one spot. It's important to note that the in-between only started showing up after the events of episode 4, the Masquerade. And when we first got a look at this place, we saw a book found right in front of Karl. This is what it said. This is the in-between. A world you've been to a few times now. It's time to comprehend more of what's happening to you, Karl. The in-between acts as your gateway for traveling in time. It isn't a dimension you're familiar with, but in some senses, it's a home away from home. The key to you grasping more of an understanding on your time-traveling abilities lay within this gorgeous castle you will soon get to traverse. Fear not, this is not a place to provoke harm, but a place to feel at ease. It sort of reminds me a lot of the land between time in Chrono Trigger, which is also a hub used to rest up and travel to different time zones. Not really related, but I just thought it was cool and I wanted to talk about Chrono Trigger. But there's some more info given about Karl and his time traveling abilities. From this book, we can clearly see that Karl didn't decide to keep going with his time traveling journey. He could have stopped, but the in-between is pushing him to keep going. Not only that, but he isn't allowed to tell anyone about his abilities, his stories, or the in-between, for it may do more harm than good for himself and his friends. So it seems like the in-between is a very safe place, but sooner we find out that that isn't the case. The in-between isn't as simple as it seems. There's more than what meets the eye. In this hub, there's something very sinister and also something trying to overcome this sinister force. Let me explain. When Karl goes back to the in-between after the events of the Wild West, something very interesting happens. It's the same layout as before, Karl reading the books, exploring the castle as usual, but then he goes to the outdoor area past this pond room, and when he backtracks, he finds a secret compartment with another book located inside. And this is what it reads. Look under the tree. The giant tree he just passed a while ago. And right as he gets to the tree, he gets another book. But this one keeps repeating the phrase, "Don't stray from the path," over and over and over. I have some certain thoughts for who could be trying to help Karl and who wants to keep him from the truth. But before I start, I want to bring forth some time travel theories, a specific theory that could help solve this problem, the many worlds theory. I got this time travel theory from Avengers Endgame. If you don't know the story of what happened during Infinity War and Endgame, then I'll avoid spoilers, but what basically happened was that this villain named Thanos did a very bad move called erasing half the population. And that made some people very upset, but they couldn't do too much because the events already happened. There was no way to, I don't know, go back in time and try and stop this from ever happening, but the time traveling theory works a lot more differently than all the other time theories we have seen in other media. The basic rule is that it is totally fine for you to meet a relative that passed on or even meet your past self. That doesn't change anything in the present time. What it does do is make another universe where your actions did have a consequence. That's why Captain America was able to fight himself without any problems arising in the future. So, with that in mind, that's where my theory comes in. I feel like in the future, something bad happens. Something really, really bad. and it all stemmed with the in-between. Before it was too late, Karl traveled back in time so that he could warn past Karl of what might happen if he stayed in the in-between for too long. And it's possible for him to have done this because we see something else which is really interesting. In the Haunted Mansion episode, we see not one, not two, but multiple Karls from multiple universes all using the in-between. But Karl can't interact with them. This could mean that there is a future Karl in this crowd slowly leaving clues to tell present Karl that something is amiss, and that sooner or later he should get out of the in-between for good. For there is a portal that leads to somewhere. The location is unclear, but it may be how Karl can escape from this supposed safe place. Which leads to another question. What exactly is the force that's stopping Karl from straying off the path? This is a trickier question, but I have a couple leads. After the Haunted Mansion episode ended and we got more in-between content, the in-between was sending messages, as usual. The first book Karl read said, "Welcome back," but this time, it had a smiley face with a closed bracket at the end. That definitely wasn't there in past episodes. Something was definitely amiss. Then, pretty soon, Karl then reads another book which says in all caps, "Find a way into the portal room. It is more important than you know." The book is referring to this portal room which is locked away from everything else. When I first watched the Haunted Mansion, I immediately thought about Dream, but quickly I saw a problem with it. For one, why would Dream need to have control over Karl? Karl is the only one who has knowledge on the in-between, so I scrapped that idea out. But then, I got another epiphany. On the 14th of March, Quackity uploaded a teaser image for his casino lore. I thought it was cool and I just forgot about it. But then, I saw this one tweet which pointed out that Quackity's checkers had the same exact smile as the one found in the books. It blew my mind, but then I still had my doubts. Because it still links back to that same question. How? How would Quackity have the power to control a place like the in-between? He also isn't aware of it either. And why would he need to travel back in time for? Sure, he seems to be requiring a lot of power for his new country, but what could he use time travel for? It doesn't make sense, right? So this question actually has me stumped. The only lead I do have is the egg, as it's a supernatural force that has the ability to control people as we've seen beforehand. But, maybe I need to take a breather from this. I haven't watched The Pit yet, so maybe my answers could be there in that episode. But for now, it's just food for thought. But one thing I know for certain is that something really bad happened. And future Karl is trying his best to save Karl from whatever it may be. I really love what Karl has done with Tales. It's creative, intriguing, and overall a joy to experience. But I think the reason why I liked it a lot was for Karl's character. Because, well, I could relate to him. There have been many times when I was left out of things. And it sucked. It really sucked. All these people were doing cool things, and I wanted to be a part of it. But I guess they had other plans. Or maybe I wasn't good enough. But I feel like Tales came for me at the right moment, because here I could see a character going through the same thing I was going through, and to see all his zany adventures, it filled me with determination and inspiration. This character is still pursuing his goals, even after the many trials he has faced and is going to face. I just found it so brave and inspirational. Not only that, there's something else. Even though Karl never mentioned his secret to his friends, they still support him regardless. They've been there with him through the thick and thin. And that taught me that you may be going through tough times. You may feel lost. You may feel that you're missing out. But all you need is some good friends. The friends who are always there for you, no matter what. Not only that, but to keep steady with your goals. Because once you reach your goal, you will look back at all your hard work paying off. And it may sound weird that I got this from a bunch of people role-playing in a block game. But to be fair, I'm happy with that. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So, I'm gonna wish you luck on that journey, Karl. No matter how long it takes, you will reach your goal. Just never forget who you are. If you've watched through this entire video, thank you. You are an absolute legend. Again, this took a lot of effort and time to make, so if you really like the video, hitting that subscribe button will really help me out. Liking and sharing this video is also cool too. I'm gonna take a little break from creating these types of videos. I have a lot of ideas for my next video. It isn't going to be Minecraft, but I think it'll be equally just as good. I'll have a very casual video coming up soon, hopefully though. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. It's been me, Quacks, specifically Quacks2100, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye!